Hey y'all, if y'all been watching the last few videos, you might have an appreciation now for why you should plant native plants. Maybe you want to know, well, where am I supposed to get them from? Nurseries do a fairly good job at supplying oak trees and pecan trees, maybe some maples, such large trees like that. And they might have some wildflowers, echinaceas, black-eyed Susans, different milkweeds, things like that you'll probably be able to find. But if you're looking for something a little more rare or exotic, a lot of times local nurseries won't have such things. So if you're looking at a field guide or a wildflower book, something like that, of things in your area, and you really want to get some different things and you don't know where to go to source them, I would try Woodlanders. I'll provide 3 links below to what I'm going to talk about. There's woodlanders.net, and they got a lot of trees and shrubs, perennials, wildflowers, and vines. There's also North Creek Nurseries. I believe it's North Creek Nurseries. Yeah, they're a wholesaler, so if you're going to go through North Creek, you can get plants for really cheap, but you got to buy them in bulk. And I do believe that their minimum order is $500. So if you got a lot of stuff that you want to do, you got a lot of land to work with, and you got the money, then I would go with North Creek. Get them wholesale because you can get flats of, I think, maybe 36 plants come in a flat, and you can get them for really cheap, really cheap. But you just got to buy them in bulk. And then after North Creek, there's Prairie Moon Nurseries, and they're really good too. And definitely from them, I know that you can buy seeds. You can get an ounce of seeds for, depending on the plant, maybe $15 or so. And an ounce of seeds of like milkweeds, for example, which are good for monarch butterflies, there's got to be 10,000 seeds per ounce. So if you got a large area that you want to seed out, then buy an ounce of these seeds and just spread them all over the place. So I'll provide you the links to those 3 websites down below. If you're at a nursery, you can always ask the people, say you want some pawpaw trees or some buckeyes. The people might not sell them, but somebody there might know of somebody that you can contact. When I was asking around here in Louisiana, I was given a guy's number to the Department of Wildlife and Fisheries, and every year they do a large bare root tree order where you can get mulberry trees for a quarter, pawpaw trees for a quarter, native persimmons for a quarter. They got all your oaks and hickories, pecan, magnolia trees. I mean, a lot of these native trees you can get, when they come in bare root like that, they're usually about a year old, 2.5 feet tall, maybe, depending on the tree. Pawpaws usually are slow growers, so the ones I would get were small, like 6 to 8 inches. But bare root, as I said, they come in, they are wrapped up in these big like cardboard paper things with some water, like they're wet. So you want to just plant them right away because, as I said, they're bare root. They don't have soil around the roots, but a lot of these trees, they can do that. And you just grab them, plant them as soon as you can. Usually the order is in the fall, so that's the best time to plant the bare root, is in the fall when they are dormant and they don't have any leaves on them. And up until the spring, if they start leafing out and you just have them in pots or something, it's going to be hard to care for them in the weather when it gets really hot, because you're going to have to be watering them every single day, no doubt, unless you have a thick layer of mulch and you're getting a lot of rain where you live. So that's how you can get a lot of different trees and some shrubs, is going through maybe your Department of Wildlife and Fisheries. As I said, it's good to ask at a nursery about these trees because they're likely to be able to send you somewhere. You can also call your parish or county agricultural department, and they'll likely be able to get you in touch with somebody that you can get some more of these wild plants that nurseries wouldn't really specialize in, and so they just wouldn't have them all in stock. So there you go. What y'all can do right now, because for us in the Northern Hemisphere, we're coming up on summer. It's a little too late to be planting stuff like this, and a lot of seed, it's a little too late. What you can do now, though, is start planning for when autumn and winter come. So you can think about where to plant what. You got a lot of shade here, so you look for shade plants. You have a lot of sun here, so you look for your sunny stuff. You find the borders in between where it's part sun, but it's also part shade, what you can plant there. You have an area that stays kind of wet when it rains a lot. Maybe it'll hold a little bit of water. Then you can plant a rain garden, plant things there like cardinal flowers, different hibiscus like hibiscus mosquetos and hibiscus laevis that grow in areas where there's a lot of water. Do you have a really dry area? Do you have some loam? Is it heavy clay here? So maybe in the heavy clay you could do the swamp milkweed. Do you have a sandy site where you should plant sandier plants? Maybe you know what your pH is and you have high pH here, low pH there. Basically, now is not the time, well, especially down in the deep south where it's already hot and we're getting 80-degree days all the way. So here, and once you start getting into the summer, it's not the best time to be planting stuff out into your yard, but it is the best time to be planting and thinking about what you want where and what you want your place to look like in the future. So you start thinking about that stuff now, and you'll be ready for it when the winter comes, and you'll be ready to order everything you need. Seeds, plants, bare root, you got everything covered right there. All right, y'all, get to it. Have a great one.